Joe Rogan, by the way, he's the most pathetic, insidious losers of all these fucking scam artists.
I actually
Joe Rogan
agree. I think he's worse than Alex Jones.
He is such a fucking rat, dude.
You know what's crazy to me too is that I feel like Joe Rogan, like, there's so many people that, like, you know, maybe didn't like Trump, but then somewhere along the way, like once he won the first time, it's like, all right, well, he's the president, so, you know, we're all going to fall in line, and started supporting, like, even just soft supporting him or whatever. Joe Rogan only became a MAGA guy like 3 years ago. After, like, at post January 6th, post COVID, post the first term.
Makes no sense.
So it's just like, he genuinely, and it's not to excuse the others, but for them, it's like they're already bought in, and now we're in too deep kind of mentality. You know what I mean?
It's like everybody knew they were already a victim of a Ponzi, and Joe's like, take my money.
Right.
He's such a fucking vile,
and on top of that, of course,
corrosive rat.
By far has the most influence out of all of these.
The most influence, and the way he peddled Trump and like manufactured all this praise and consent for him, it was so devious and subtle and slow. He is fucking the worst, dude.
Yeah.
I wish.
I was just thinking the same thing as Dan, like especially to support him for the second term.
Yeah.
We already saw the first one.
Yeah, he wasn't a MAGA guy in like 2016. You know what I mean?
He pounded the ground for him. He had him on his show, right?
Yes.
Yeah. He said he never would have him on the show.
Yeah.
He had him on his show.
And for a while after the first term, I thought Trump will have no chance to run again and win. Like, everybody saw the disaster.
Well, he's peddling all the Joe Biden bullshit. He's having Trump on his show, all the RFK bullshit, all the fucking typical nonsense.
And also Biden, Rogan and Musk, like the two of them supporting Trump really was like so powerful.
And by the way, Rogan, man of the people, is now best friends with all these billionaires.
Right.
Fucking Peter Thiel, possibly the most evil man alive.
Bezos.
Elon Musk, who's just been outed for asking Epstein for an invitation to his party on the wildest night. Joe Rogan has no problem with that. This man is made of nothing but elk meat.
I'd like to feel a dick inside me.
I know you would, man. And guess what? You are. You're feeling Trump's dick inside of you right now.
She's attracted to a man, and a guy's just gonna send it home. You can't
like
wait.
He's literally just become another fucking psychotic billionaire.
Which is wild because as a comedian, he was pretty funny, and I like the early.
Wrong.
Hold on, okay.
What?
Hold on, Danny. Hold on, let me put this in context. Hold on.
You lost so much.
I never heard anybody say
Hold
that.
on, what I mean is when he had Joey Diaz on in the beginning shows like that, I thought
when
that was
Joey
hilarious.
was doing 90% of the talking, yes, Joey's funny.
I thought it was good
he's
shows.
controversial, but he's at least funny.
Yeah, you can, and you gotta make it.
Sorry, go ahead, Dan.
You gotta make a distinction here.
Yes.
You can like his podcast back in the day.
The early podcast.
But that's not because he's a comedian.
That's not him as a comedian.
Yeah.
It was him surrounding himself maybe with funny comedians.
His comedy.
His comedy specials?
You like his comedy?
I don't even think I've ever seen a comedy.
That sounds
okay.
The worst. Dude.
Do you like people taking stools and pretending to fuck the stools on
He's
stage?
a stool fucker.
He's
That's
done
his whole
that.
thing.
Yeah, he's done that a few times.
Is that
That's his
Zach?
whole fucking thing.
It's really objectively so bad that you would never say that as a comedian he's funny.
Okay, let me change my statement. I like the early episodes
It's
with
that
Joey
bad?
Diaz.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
And speaking of the emperor has no new, the emperor's new clothing. All of these hacky fucking comedians he surrounds himself with, they all know he's not funny. They all fucking roll their eyes when they watch his comedy special. But the emperor's got new clothes. He's the greatest. No, he's not. Everybody fucking knows it. That has any ounce of skill or talent or knowledge about comedy. He's a hack.
And they all tour together too. They all band together.
Dude, he makes
uses
them.
Name.
Like,
he does make them.
They all gravitate around him. Somehow. And this makes me question the male landscape. I mean, not that there hasn't been reasons to do that but so far, but like, I don't understand how such a horde of men can be so dedicated to this fucking pathetic, transparently dumb Lou. I hate him. How do all of these people like him?
They don't. His show.
And by the way,
his show is the
They
number
like
one
the
podcast.
yeah, they like what they get out of
They
it.
get a ton of exposure.
They owe it to him.
no, I mean the audience, this massive audience that tunes in every time.
I mean, we don't have access to the numbers. I strongly suspect his show has been falling off the last.
He's still number one
a
on all the charts.
I don't think that's true.
Consistently top 10 for 10 plus
Number
years.
one.
Well, the thing is with him a lot is the guests that he gets. Like it's people that you don't usually hear otherwise. I feel like so that's a big pull recently.
He does get big polls.
Yeah.
Let's see. Top shows on the Apple podcast charts, all categories. He's not number one right now. He's number 6.
Who's ahead of him? Is that comedy or
New York
all?
Times, the Daily
Do
is
comedy,
number 1.
comedy.
Well, my point, he used to be the number 1 podcast, period.
Yeah,
Overall.
period.
He's now number 6.
So what were the
I'm not
ones ahead
saying
of
he
him?
doesn't have a big podcast, but people are getting over it. You know what I mean?
What are the ones ahead of it? Just curious.
The Daily is number 1, followed by
Wow.
Crime
Crime
Junkie.
Junkie is huge.
Crime Junkie.
Crime
Yeah.
Junkie, those true crime podcasts kill it too.
I like true crime. When are we doing that?
And the brands love them too because people listen to the whole series. They listen to the end, so they have incredible listen time.
Tom's a pro now in the podcasting space.
Absolutely, bro.
Of course he is. Up first from NPR is number 3. Dateline NBC is number 4.
Dateline, another true crime.
number 5 is The Idiot, which seems to be
Who would listen to that?
some New York Times serial production. I don't know what this is. And then Joe
Maybe
Rogan's
it's a
number 6.
Dostoevsky. Maybe it's a read-through.
Oh, maybe.
Shout out.
Whoa! It's not that.
Great reference, though.
That was a good guess. It is not about that.
Show off.
Exactly. I know Russian lit. Look at me.
And then
Wait,
Theo-
I think it's also true crime. The Idiot.
Yo, we got
I'm
to
telling
make
you,
a true
bro.
crime podcast now.
Let's go. That's where the
3
money's
out
at.
of the top 5 are true crime.
They
It
killed it.
does
Huge.
appear to be the case. Yeah,
That's crazy.
3 of the top 5.
Wow.
That is crazy.
We should just listen to all their episodes and just rehash them.
Yeah. Add nothing
Get an
new.
get an AI to listen to all the episodes of every true crime ever.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, AI,
Even invent a crime.
do a crime.
Have AI commit a crime and then do a bomb podcast.
Theo Vaughn is another fucking disappointing waste of. What an asshole loser that fucking guy is. Just spending Easter. He posted on social media. He was spending Easter with Candace Owens and Ben Shapiro lady. What's her name? The girl who looks like Ben Shapiro.
It's just say Ben Shapiro. Who cares?
Ms. Ben Shapiro.
Yeah, just Bethany Shapiro or something.
But you know, I actually lost a lot from shitting actively on Joe Rogan over the years.
Right.
Because all of his friends, a lot of the people that I was mutually friends with, obviously they're going to pick their daddy. And it's going to be awkward because I've been pretty vocally against Joe Rogan and I paid a price for it. Yeah, I get alienated by a big part of the podcasting world.
Because in the beginning, we did kind of start to have some of those comedians on and kind of join that little bubble for a moment, a very short moment, but it became too awkward.
Well, he kept doing horrible shit and I just like, Dinosaur.
Caught it. I wonder if that's the first time we actually caught it.
I saw
It happens like once every 20 minutes or something.
Dude, who's the
Well, listen.
comedian Rogan has that's like the big meathead? Is that Brendan Schwab? People
Schwab.
hate him
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah.
much.
And this is how bad Schwab is. His career is dead, and he's I think the most highest amount of Joe Rogan cameos of anyone is Schwab. And he can't, despite that, he's can't succeed. But I mean, he's a fighter. He's not even a comedian, you know. But there was a time when he was extraordinarily popular, and then people just figured out he's really not that funny or interesting. That's the thing. Joe Rogan be like, these people are funny and interesting. And then all these people go, oh my God, this person's funny and interesting. Takes time for the spell to, to snap. But anyway, Theo Vaughn, I'm actually disappointed in him because I always thought he was such a talented, funny guy that didn't need any of those people. And he just fell right in to the same bullshit. And now he's partying with Candace Owens. What a fucking waste.
That was a wild left turn because he used to be so funny.
He's
like
very
kind of
funny.
his delivery was great, like not trying too hard, just naturally off the cuff.
He's still funny.
Yeah, but how did he end up? I don't understand. Like, how did that trajectory happen?
I don't know. They got him.
But he really fell hardcore for the like Israel is behind everything.
Yep. That's part of it.
Hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is going to happen? You think we're going to be okay?
I hope so. Of course. I don't know.
Do you think about it?
I'm confused. I can't believe we went to this war. When we started bombing Iran, I was like, this can't be true.
And what about Lebanon now?
I know. Israel's invaded Lebanon. Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, just fucking stop. Like, what do you need?
Well, they're trying.
Okay, if you're going to have a conversation about it, don't be like, this is again the most biggest podcast in the world. It's like, why are you doing all these things, Israel? But like there are reasons that you could ask someone about. I mean, again, Israel only invaded Lebanon when they started launching rockets again.
That's why, yeah, I always don't understand the conversations where it's like, why is Israel doing all that? Well,
But there is a reason. So like if you want to actually like have a real conversation about
it's being shot at from all directions. Houthis, Lebanon, and Iran. So,
well, for a long time it was just Iran. And Hezbollah
not a
was-
long time.
No, Hezbollah just recently got into it. They were staying out of it.
Yes, I mean, you're saying long. It's not that long.
No, I mean
but yes.
since this whole shit with Iran started.
Yeah. For
Hezbollah
years,
wasn't
it was from
launching.
Gaza. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just saying, like, I'm pretty sure if Theo Vaughn, if there was rockets coming from Mexico, he wouldn't be like, yo, what's with America, bro?
Mm-hmm.
Why can't they just leave Mexico alone? And granted, Israel, I don't know what they're up to with trying to annex territory from Lebanon. That's a new thing that doesn't sound very good. But again, if you want to have a conversation about it, talk about the facts so that we can actually decide like why they're doing it and what's bad about it. And like also what like the other thing is like Hezbollah, Lebanon government is trying to get rid of Hezbollah, and Hezbollah is fucking everything up there. They were supposed to fuck off, right? The Lebanese people don't want Hezbollah there, and Israel was no longer buying until these motherfuckers started launching rockets again in their slavish dedication to the Islamic State of Iran.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're fucked. Now all this shit's happening again in Lebanon, which isn't good for anybody. So, again, that it's just like, bro, just try to talk to someone other than Candace Owens at least.
Yeah.
And it's like, just fucking stop. Like, what do you need?
Well, they're trying to supposedly they're trying to stop the terrorists.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Why is that?
What's funny?
Wait, why is that crazy?
What's funny to you? Maybe try actually listening to
But
what's happening there,
Good,
and
you
not
could-
Candace.
I mean, there are Hezbollah launching rockets.
I
I'm not
understand.
even talking about that. What are you talking about? You're talking about Trump.
No, he's talking
No,
about it. No, he's not.
No, he's saying, why is Israel doing all that?
He's saying Israel. It does.
What do they need?
Yeah.
What are they looking for?
He's talking. It doesn't matter. But we were talking about how Theo became part of this like Israel upset, like everything. Conspiracy theorists, frankly, like Israel conspiracy theorists, like they run the shots and call all the shots in the world and do everything negative in the whole world all the time.
Fucking stop. Like, what do you need?
Well, they're trying to supposedly they're trying to stop the terrorists.
Yeah, that's crazy, though, if you're the fucking terrorist.
I mean, again, that's really cute and cool that you could say that and everyone applauds. But again, they're retaliating to them shooting rockets into civilian areas. So, I mean, again,
You know what I'm saying?
this is what happens when you hang out with Candace Owens all the time.
Yeah.
What?
I just went back and checked. The conversation's about Iran.
He's talking about Lebanon.
It's
You
Lebanon.
can go back.
It's
I
about
think
Lebanon.
it's Lebanon.
I mean, yeah.
He pivoted.
I have a little bit of different feelings again with Theo. I appreciate him at least. He may not have all of his facts right, and you may be leaning, too much without knowing enough. But I do appreciate at least someone on his side talking about what's going on.
But a lot of people are, and I feel like he acts like he's doing it at great costumes, but he's not. He's being applauded and paraded around. He's popular. Everybody's celebrating him.
He's falling. He's falling so easily to anti-Semitic talking points. It's just. It's ridiculous when everything in your life becomes Israel's fault.
Yeah, and I don't agree, obviously, with like hanging with Candace Owens and
should
people
be a
like
red
that.
flag to people.
I think
when everything is Israel's fault.
I think there are clips of him that are really good, like in isolation, like the clips that go viral of him like speaking on behalf of Palestine and saying like the things that are going on there are horrible, and he he sees the war and all the terrible shit that's happening by the IDF and God, and like that stuff's good, right? That stuff's good to see, but this kind of clip here where it's just like, ugh.
I understand with this recent situation, that Hezbollah shot rockets first. I think he's saying more of a general sense. The Joe saying that they're trying to get the terrorists supposedly is like, that's been an excuse as well for a lot of horrible shit. Sometimes, legitimate, but a lot of other times just to bomb indiscriminately.
But that is what living in Israel is. And it's really frustrating whenever people talk about it here. It's like they just remove that part. Like things are not just happening for no reason. Everybody, like my family is not happy being in the bomb shelter all day.
Right.
Everybody would rather be living in peace.
The problem is this. Should Israel blow up a city block because a missile was launched there? Obviously not, right? Fuck that. That's horrific. But at the same time, if you're going to have a conversation about it, don't be like, they're just bombing them for fun.
Yeah.
For no reason.
That's what's really frustrating.
That's also like unproductive and stupid.
I get it.
Because the truth is, what Israel's doing is fucked up. Because they go, oh, I think there's a terrorist in this building. Let's blow up the whole fucking city block. That's unacceptable. That's a war crime. That's fucked up, right?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of times with like people who like just got into it, and I'm like, it's sort of the same trend of like, oh, they're speaking about it. Thank God they're bringing it to a new audience. And then like I'm like cheering them on, and then it seems like at some point, not with everyone, but with some people, that they just go too far, and now it's like, okay, now you're dipping too far into like conspiracy theory. Sometimes
I think people do that, and like being pro-Israel too, right? But because they get like audience validation, or like even social media validation, where like they see that people are like, yeah, this is great. And then they probably see a bunch of other people saying crazy shit, and they're not very thoughtful or looking into it. And so they get more radicalized by their own like audience sometimes. But I see that on both sides, right?
Yeah.
Listen, like.
But why are these two guys talking about it? Like, at least, I mean, this is Joe Rogan. At least bring somebody that knows about the situation, like real knowledge. To be a part of it. You have Theo Vaughn, who's a comedian, and Joe Rogan, who's a wannabe comedian, talking about
He's
Israel,
not even a comedian.
talking about the Middle East. Like,
yeah, it's just frustrating because like because like I'm all on board for criticizing Israel, but it's hard to have a conversation about it when like the premise is Israel's just dropping bombs for fun in Lebanon, because then you have to like backtrack. And it's like you almost have to defend Israel when they're doing stuff that's indefensible, and it's frustrating. Because like, well, they're not bombing them for no reason. Like they're shooting rockets and they're responding to that. And then all of a sudden you're defending Israel, right? And especially in their mind when everything is so like black and white. It's like you're pro or against. But it's like, well, that's because you have to like have at least the foundational premise to have a conversation about it. Because I agree with him, but at the same time, that context is important.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you want to stop them, fucking stand in front of the fucking mirror and start there. What do you...
No comment.
it's so like,
It seems to me too, like since he started down this path, he's even gotten bigger. Since
Yes.
the Trump interview and stuff. So where to me he lost me. I think with most people, I would assume lost me. I want the old stuff with Cat Williams on and stuff, just fucking around. But since he went down this, it seems like it's benefiting him.
It has benefited him.
but
there's no question about it.
I'm sure he's garnering a whole new audience that I mean he's gonna have to live with. But
again,
it's like a Candace Owens kind of audience.
Yeah, do you want that as a comedian?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I think he does now. But again, it's the same thing where like people like Tucker or Candace or whoever, they act like they're doing, or Alex Jones, they're doing something courageous, but they're really just doing the thing that everybody already agrees with. Like, at least I think conservatives overall are pro-Israel more than anyone. But for some reason in this like online conservative space of Tucker Carlson and Candace Owens and Alex Jones, they're very anti-Israel in terms of American support for Israel and all this types of stuff. So he's tapping into something that's already, like, I feel like, popular in that space.
Rogan was wrecked in his comment section, by the way. Everyone was cheering on Theo because at another point he was talking more about, like, Theo was talking about the U.S. sending all their money to Israel and you know, getting involved in wars that we don't want to be a part of, all this shit. And he was like, it's just stressing me out. And then Joe said something along the lines of, like, you sound crazy or something. Like,
I remember, what was that clip? I saw that.
but all the comments were like, Theo, we're with you. Fuck Rogan. He's a sellout.
Because unfortunately, that's the state of social media.
I don't remember what it was Theo was saying, but it was, anyway, it doesn't, I don't want to really get into all this stuff, but
yeah.
Yeah, that's just, it's hard to have a conversation about when the premise is just like, yeah.
I think there is something we need to address, though, which is Tom liking Joe's comedy. I just sent a video to help demonstrate.
Am I going to get claimed, or can I watch this? Because this shit's good.
I'm never going to live that down.
It's Netflix, so probably.
This is actually fantastic. I've seen this.
This is an example?
This juxtaposition is, you think it's a no-go, Dan?
I'm currently uploading right now, so if you want to just wait.
Yeah, we'll check it. But the shame is, like, I agree with the majority of what he's saying about, like, the consequence of what Israel's doing. But anyway, on top of all that, Trump agreed to a 2-week ceasefire. So, yay.
Fortnite